And we are live. Hello everyone. I'm Kirill, your host, and today it is going to be a great live stream. I hope, and I prepared a lot of things, very interesting ones regarding Home Assistant and push notifications. Also HTML5 integration. I prepared a lot of things. Let me quickly share you. I hope you're seeing my screen. This is what I have prepared for you. A lot of text, but don't worry, I'll guide you everywhere, step by step, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing because I have also a test Home Assistant environment and I'll do everything right here and you'll be able to see it. I also prepared one top-down camera for you where you will be able to see my phone because we are going to test these notifications on mobile phones as well. Let me quickly switch back. And I'm really happy to have you here because this is really fun. Really fun. I like that topic a lot and I hope I will give you as much value and you will like it as well at the end. We are starting in very few minutes. Before that, I want to quickly show you what exactly we are going to cover today. And meanwhile, I want to ask, do you hear me well and do you see me well? Please type something in the chat. Simple yes or no will be perfect. That way I will know I will continue bravely forward. And let's start. While you're typing your yes or no in the chat. Again, do you hear me well? Do you see me well? Please type yes or no in the chat. This is our topic for today. We are going to make our Home Assistant to send push notifications to our devices, our laptops, our desktops, and our mobile devices. And these push notifications will not only notify us by text, they can also include buttons. And if you press on these buttons, something may happen in your smart home, which is the whole point right here. Eduardo said yes in the chat. That means Eduardo hear me and see me well. Great, Eduardo. Thank you. I want to apologize in advance if I say your names incorrectly, but it is a live, guys. This is a live stream and I'm not very good with names, but I hope I will be good coach and I will be able to teach you about Home Assistant and HTML5 push notifications. While I'm describing the agenda here, because this is a lot of text, but believe me, it is very easy. Once we cover something, I'll tick this. And that way I will know that I covered this topic and we can move forward. And everywhere we have some such a ticks. And somewhere I have some YAML codes for the automations and tests that I'm going to use, or they can stay here just for hints. And while I'm describing the agenda for today, I want to change the screen to this one, where you can see the QR code and the link to an HTML5 document. That is a PDF file that is having all of the information that we are going to share and that we are going to discuss today in a formatted and beautiful way, and you can download that PDF right now for free, absolutely for free, and you just have to scan this QR code with your smartphone, or you can visit automatelike.pro /HTML5. I'll copy this link and I'll paste it in the chat if you want to open it. Otherwise, you can scan it with your phones. You should have a smartphone, but nowadays almost everyone have. With your smartphone's camera, of course. This is what you will open, if you follow this link, you see this page. You have to type your name here, not capital letters, and your real email. Come on, get out of here. This is my real email, and then you have to click on download and sign up. And here I want to share that you not only download this file, but you will also subscribe for my newsletter, and you receive updates right away when there is updates, of course, on a weekly basis, sometimes on daily basis. These updates includes when I release a new video, you will know about that, new article, new product, everything what I released, you will know from the first row about it. And that is my preferred way. This is an exclusive community, and I'm inviting you to join. And I'm not only inviting you, I'm giving you this PDF file, which is having all of the information that we are going to discuss today. Home Assistant HTML5 push notification guide. This is a 10-page document, well formatted, with a lot of text, a lot of guides, pictures, everything. You can download this PDF right now for free, and you can use it on your phone, desktop, laptop, whatever, offline, because it is a PDF file. I'll also send you immediately one smart home glossary to your email as a gift again, free of charge, absolutely free of charge. And this is a free service, guys. My newsletter is a free service, and if you don't like it for some reason, any reason, below any email that you will receive from me, you see an unsubscribe button. You can click on this unsubscribe button, and you will not hear any more words from me. I will not send you more mails if you don't like that service. But it is what it is. This is my service. I'm sending you this PDF and also one more PDF with Smart Home Glossary. That is also very good, but you have to see it by yourself. And this is the PDF, and this PDF, I put a lot of effort on it, so you can use it. At the end, there is a quiz that you can use to test your knowledge if you got this material right or not. So everything is here, but now we are going to do that and even more live in front of you. And I think I covered this first part, and I'll take this. Next thing that I want to share is that I used a lot of notification services so far in Home Assistant, and I have an internal ranking about them. I'll share what are my best findings so far. So stay with me till the end of this stream, and you understand what are the other notifications method that you can use for Home Assistant, and which one I think are the best. And I will include also HTML5 in the ranking, so you will know where it is. Sorry. So stay with me till the end, and you'll know about this ranking more. I shared about PDF. I'll take this, and I think we are ready to start with the actual Home Assistant topic. But before that, I want to wake you up a bit. Here, I'm living in Bulgaria, that is in Europe, and in Sofia. It is 2 p.m. I'm really interested to understand what time is it, where are you from, is it a day or night at the place where you're currently situated. Please share that in the comments. I really like that part a lot. In the previous streams that we had, that was an amazing info to see people from all around the world gathered here to share some Home Assistant love and information. Good morning, Seth Raymond Bell. Good morning, Raymond. Where is that good morning? In which country? Here is 2 p.m. So it is in the middle of the day, and it is a sunshine. There is a sunshine outside. It is 10 Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, so it is very hot for this winter season. Morning from Arizona in USA. Good. Eduardo is from Brazil. I know you are. I think I know you, Eduardo. You've been here before, or I don't know. Good morning in Arizona, USA. Let's start. Let's start. Thank you for this. Meanwhile, you can share more things if you want. But let's start. Home Assistant HTML5. 5 a.m. Great, you are an early bird. Said Raymond. Denmark. We have a guy from Texas and also from Poland. 1 p.m. in Denmark and Poland. We are close to each other, so there is no much time difference here. Good. Belgium. Hi, Alex. How are you, Alex? Happy to see you here. 1 p.m. 9 degrees. Good. Belgium is quite like here. Good. Let's start. HTML5 and Home Assistant. This is we are going to start with the requirements, and the first and the biggest requirement for this to happen is the biggest frog, and we have to eat it right now because this is the most hard part of all, and afterwards everything is bread and butter. But at the beginning, you have to meet some requirements. And the first requirement is this one. You have to have a Home Assistant that is accessible outside your home network. And this access should happen securely over HTTPS. So you need to have SSL certificates, trusted SSL certificates. And to happen, there are at least 4 possible options, and these possible options are well described in my PDF. So if you download this PDF already, you can see them there. I also mentioned them briefly right now, but the details to articles, step-by-step articles and videos that I made previously are linked there in the PDF. So if you didn't download that PDF, download it right now and you have that info. Otherwise, you have to enable that part in order to use, not otherwise, but in any ways you have to enable that to use this integration. But to see how, you have to go to my website, pejansky.com, and then you have to search for remote, I think, and there are the results, and you can find here 2 of the possible options. This one, I'll open it in a new tab, and this one. So in these articles, which are having videos tutorials also, I'm describing how to enable Home Assistant remote access using Nginx reverse proxy, and how to enable remote access to your Home Assistant using DuckDNS and Let's Encrypt add-ons. So these 2 articles are really helpful if you are having a real IP or static IP. That means your internet provider is giving you a real IP that is accessible from everywhere in the world. If you have such an IP, then you can use one of these methods. And I recommend this one, by the way, because Nginx is not actually can be tricky exactly about this HTML5 integration that we are going to discuss right now. So if you are going to use HTML5 integration for push notifications, and if you have a real IP, use this method. Everything is well described here, and you can watch my video to help you further. this method is absolutely free, and also this one is absolutely free. You need to create everything. I will not describe it right now because it will take a lot of time, but you can find all the details step by step here. And again, if you have a real IP, use this method, this one. And you can find it on my website. The other method, if you are behind CGNAT, that means you don't have a real IP. I hope you know for what I'm talking about. If you are behind CGNAT, that means you are using a shared IP and you cannot access your home from outside your home network remotely, and your ISP provider is not giving you a real IP. So you have other options. They are paid, not very expensive, but they are paid. Again, on my website, go to pejansky.com and search for Cloudflare. And again, this info is available in the PDF file, so please download it and you have it there. The links are there. Open this Home Assistant Cloudflare tunnel, and this is the tutorial which you can use to enable remote access to your Home Assistant. Basically, you have to buy a domain name, a URL, a domain name, and this domain name needs to have the ability to edit your DNSs. So if you are able to edit your DNSs, you will be able to forward them to Cloudflare, and then you have to download one add-on for Home Assistant, and pretty much that's it. I used such a domain name, which is very cheap, 7 cents per month, and I even renew it once, so I use it for almost 2 years already. And the renewal cost me around 90 cents, so it is very, very cheap. So for 90 cents per year, you can have a remote access to your Home Assistant that way. And even if you're behind CGNAT, of course, you can use this method even if you're having a real IP, but you better use the free options. This one is paid. It is cheap, but it is paid. And the final option is to use the Nabucasa service or Home Assistant Cloud. Nabucasa, go to nabucasa.com and you see all the details. You can start a free trial and you can enable a subscription. Where is the price? Pricing. USA, European. In USA is costing $650 USD or 65 per year. In European Union, it is €750. Of course, there are prices for UK, Canada, and so on. So these are the prices for Home Assistant Cloud. And once you enable this subscription, you will have a free remote access to your instance. And you can enable this as well from here, from settings, Home Assistant Cloud. You have to sign in, and then you can configure your remote access. So these are the methods that you can use to enable remote access to your Home Assistant, and that is a must-have. This is a must-have requirement for HTML5 Home Assistant push notifications to work. So if you want this notification to work, you need to have a remote access, secure remote access to your Home Assistant. That is a must-have. Again, I'll take this because I think I explained it. This is the biggest and the hardest part. You have to follow these guides to have this on your Home Assistant. Next requirement is this one. Let me zoom everything because it will be better visible. That way, I think it is better. I can zoom it even more. Is everything clear so far? Please type yes, no. Do you want me to explain more about these things? Please type. Or I can move forward. Please. My question is, do you want me to move forward? Type yes. If you type yes, we can continue forward. Otherwise, I'll stick to this topic and I'll explain a bit more. So type in the chat yes, continue forward, or no, explain more. I'll wait a bit for your answers because I know there is a delay in the chat. Meanwhile, if someone managed to download the HTML5 document that I told you about, Mathian said yes, so I think we are clear and you can continue forward. Please continue, Seth. Sorry, but mechanics. I don't want to read your name because I'll make a mistake. Okay. Meanwhile, if someone of you managed to download my document and managed to subscribe to my newsletter, can you please share if that is working great? Did you receive the PDF? Because I had a case in the past when I test this and everything worked on my site, and then I publish it and few people didn't manage to download it at all, and I have to track them manually and to send them manually the PDF that I prepared because there are some issue that I didn't fix. So please, if this HTML5 document that is behind this QR code and behind this link right here is working, please type something. I got it, it's working. Type something in the chat, it will be very helpful. Meanwhile, I am continue forwarding. The next requirement is Chrome and Firefox browsers. These notifications are working only on these browsers if you are using a desktop computer or laptop. So you need to have a Chrome or Firefox browsers. I'm using Mac, and Safari, which is the native browser on Mac, is not supported and it is not working. HTML5 push notifications are not working on Safari. If you are using a Chrome OS, you're fine. If you're using an Android device, you're fine. If you are using an iOS device, iPhone, iPad, whatever, you need to have iOS 16.4 or higher version. So the operating system should be higher than this or equal to this if you want to use this push notification on Apple devices. And this was the second hardest thing. You need to have such limitations in order to use these HTML5 notifications. And the last requirement is to accept notification permission for your browser, but that's easy. I'll show you in a bit. And let's start this. Let's go to my Home Assistant. As you can see here from this URL, I'm accessing my Home Assistant from the domain name that I bought for it. That means I'm currently in my home network, but I'm not accessing my home with the local IP. I'm accessing it with the worldwide accessible IP URL. That is important. So, and as you can see, I have a valid certificate because of this closed. What's the name? I forgot the name. No matter. It is not important. So I open this domain name that I have. I use this method here with the Cloudflare, where it is, to enable this domain to access this Home Assistant remotely outside of my network. So it doesn't matter if I use if I'm in my home network right now or in a cafe or even in my work, wherever, I can access my Home Assistant by typing this URL. If you type this URL from your computers right now, you will see my login screen because this one is accessible from all over the world. And this is one of the requirements that I told you, and you need to comply with that requirement in order to continue forward. So next thing is very easy. I'll press the C button and I'll type the integrations and I'll select navigate integrations. That way I'll go to settings, integrations, and whatever it is, this menu. And here I can click on add integrations and I'll search for HTML5. I'll click on it, and on this dialog I'll zoom it a bit. Yes, now it is better visible. I have to type one thing actually, my name, my email, and I'll type it. And VIP ID, private key, I'll leave it empty. So I'll not type anything here. It will be automatically generated. So just click on submit and success. HTML5 integration is added to my Home Assistant. It was that easy, but again, the hardest part was to enable HTTPS secure access from outside my home network as a requirement. So where it is here it is HTML5 push notification. And once this integration is added, I can now switch browsers because, as I said, currently I'm using Safari and this browser is not supported. Let me switch the screens because you saw the QR code. I'll show it again at a later stage if that's needed. I think that's better. Okay. I'll switch the browsers because Safari is not supported and I'm going to use Chrome. Again, same URL. This URL is costing me 90 cents per year. So if you want to have the same, last time I checked, if you use a name, cheap.com, or what was the exact registrar, you can register such a domain ending with XYZ and having at least 6 random digits for 90 cents. So this is the cheapest option that I managed to find because of course you can buy your own domain that is .com, .net, whatever you wish, and you can use it instead. So this is Chrome already, and I'm accessing my Home Assistant through my domain name, and I'll go to my username and I'll scroll down and I'll enable this switch, receive notification, which is enabled. And now I can name this device however I want. This is how this device will be named in my Home Assistant. And if I want to target only this device, that means to receive notification only on this laptop that I'm currently using, I can target this name that I have to type right now. And I'll type something like Chrome desktop. For example, it doesn't matter as long as it is talking meaning something for you, type it. And then I have to allow notifications. And that's it. Now, if I send HTML5 push notification from Home Assistant, I should receive a pop-up right here. But there is one catch here. And did I add it into my agenda? For some reason, when I'm recording my screen, I'm not receiving notifications. If I stop the recording right now, I'll start receiving notifications. This is probably a macOS limitation that I couldn't avoid for some reason. So if currently the OBS software that is recording this stream preventing me to receive HTML5 notification. But don't worry, we will receive them on my Android phone that I showed you earlier. This one. I'll do the same steps for right now. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'll unlock this phone. Let me get it on my side. I think it is visible, and this is the same URL. Yes. And now I'll go to the settings. Come on. Settings. Then I'll scroll down. If I leave this phone, the touch is not working. Come on. I don't like you. Okay. I'm in the profile settings of my Home Assistant, and I'll scroll down until I see the receive notification option. Can you see it? Here it is. I'll leave it right now. Receive notifications, and I'll enable this just like I did on my desktop. And now I have to type a name for this device. I'll just type something. Just give me a sec, please. Android. I typed Android, and I'll tap on OK. And now HTML5 notifications are also enabled on this device. And this device is labeled as Android, as a name. And if I send an HTML notifications, I'll receive these notifications on both my devices, my laptop, and let me switch the screen back, on my laptop and my iPhone, Android device. So let's test this. Let's quickly test this. I will go to Developer Tools, Actions. I'll clear this, and I'll search for HTML5 send notifications or notify.html action, and I'll go to UI mode because that's prettier, but YAML mode is also perfectly fine. And as a message, I'll type what? Are you having fun? For example, and I'll switch the screen again because I want to see the phone. So that way you can see my desktop and my phone. My phone is locked. I forgot to set it. Come on. That way. So when I click perform action, I should receive a notification. I heard the sound, and now if I scroll, let me change again the screen because I think it will be better visual. I hear the sound, and here is my notification from HTML. I'm not sure is it visible. Are you having fun? And I can tap on this notification like that. Come on, and it will go away. It will open my Home Assistant by default. So if I tap on the notification, it will open my Home Assistant. I didn't receive this notification on my desktop because of the setting or bug that I have on my Mac. Probably on Windows, while I'm recording my screen, I should receive HTML5 notifications. Again, if I disable the screen recording, HTML5 notifications are working perfectly fine on my desktop as well. So this was the initial test that I want to show you about. So we set up let me switch the screen back. we set up the HTML5 in Home Assistant. We allow the notifications. Oh, let me show you this file. Once you add devices to your Home Assistant, you can find them listed in this file, which is inside your Home Assistant folder, and it is having a name starting with HTML5 something, and inside this file, it is already opened, you can find the devices that are going to receive notifications if you're using this action HTML5, notify HTML5. So these are the both of devices that I'm currently having: Chrome desktop, exactly the way I type it, and Android. So this is my desktop, this is my phone. And here, don't change anything in this file apart from the name. If you want to change the name, you can do that, and you have to restart your Home Assistant. Other things are not changeable. So I'll close this, and I'll take this because I covered it. We did a developer tools demo, and I'll share a few words about iOS notifications demo. I cannot demo that because I'm using my phone as a camera right now, as a top-down camera. So I'll just explain you. The process is exactly the same. You have to... No, it is not the same actually. It is not quite the same. You have to open your Home Assistant from the URL, worldwide accessible URL. You have to open it on your iPhone or iPad. Then you have to send this URL to your desktop, and it will be added as an app, a regular app. And once you do that, the iPhone will ask you, do you allow notifications from this app? And you have to type allow, and you're done. But you have to have iOS 16.4 or higher to achieve this. Otherwise, you will not be able to receive HTML5 notifications. And sorry, I'm glad I found this recording bug in advance. And once I found it, I have to change these things a bit, and I think I didn't update the text, because otherwise I will have issues right now, because I will not be able to show you the notifications, which is a shame. But this is the easiest part, and this is the boring part. Now the fun part begins, because apart from the regular text that we can send to our devices, we can send actions. And these actions can include buttons. And these buttons, once pressed, can return events to Home Assistant. And once this event is returned back to Home Assistant, you can catch them in automation. And in this automation, you can use it as a trigger, and this trigger can execute any action you wish. I hope you are following me in that, but if not, I will show you. And I will show you at the end, actually. No, I'll show you to you now. I'll just copy this YAML code, and I'll go to I'll zoom out this. Come on. I'll go to my developer tools, and I'll go to YAML mode. I'll delete everything here, and I'll paste. Come on, I want to overwrite you, and I'll paste this YAML code that I have from my notes. This is also available in the PDF file that you can download on this URL, automate like .pro/html, or you can scan the QR code and you're going to access this URL. So what this YAML code is doing, it will send this message to me, to my devices, to all of my registered devices. That means my desktop and my phone. And the data will have two actions. The two buttons. The button one will have this text on it, turn on the switch. Of course, you can change that. And if this button is pressed, the notification will return back to Home Assistant this event. The second button will have this text, turn off the switch, and if this second button is pressed, the notification, the HTML5 notification, will return back this event to Home Assistant, and you can catch these events. So let's quickly demonstrate how these buttons are looking like. Later, we will make an automation that will catch them, but stay with me and you'll see it. I'll switch the screens again because I want to see my phone. It will be way more easier to demo this on my desktop, but macOS didn't allow that. Recording an HTML notification. No, that is not possible. So this is my Android device and this is my Home Assistant. If I click on Perform Action, I'm hearing the sound of received message, and somewhere, because my screen is unlocked, somewhere here I should be able to see this notification. I hope it is visible. Ooh, what happened? No. What happened? Did I clear my... No, it is still here. I think I cleared my notification. Yes, I'll send it one more time. I cleared my notification. I sent one more. And if I tap here on this down arrow, I can see these buttons. Turn on the switch, turn off the switch, and unsubscribe. I hope you're seeing this. Turn on the switch, turn on. These are buttons. Turn on the switch and turn off the switch. And you can tap on that. This is how the notification is looking like on a mobile device. And behind these buttons, of course, you can type whatever text you want here. Behind these buttons, you can add some logic using scripts and automations. And we are going to do that in just a few minutes, I hope, if everything is fine. And we are done with that quick demo. And let's move forward to the next one. And the next one is tags. So every notification that you're sending is having a unique, automatically generated ID as a tag. And using this tag data in the action, you can replace this unique ID, and you cannot receive one notification twice with the same ID. That means if you want to send only one notification, and if the second notification is with the same text and with the same ID, you will not receive it. That way, you can prevent yourself to send multiple same notifications to your devices if they are not changed. So what I type here, every notification sent has a randomly generated UID as a tag, which is unique to the notification, but not to a specific target. If you provide your own tag in the notify payload, this won't generate a new notification if there is already one with the same tag. So if you provide this tag once, I'll receive this notification. If I send the same tag second time the second notification will not be received, and this can be used for many useful purposes. Of course, if you don't need this function, this feature, don't use it, but you may want to receive only one notification per thing, not 5, not 10, because a lot of times, if you have some experience with Home Assistant automations, if you set up an automation that is sending you a notification when something is above a threshold, if this threshold is constantly up and down, you receive multiple notifications for very short time, which is very annoying. And with this feature, with this tag, you can prevent this. You can receive only one notifications, and after that, if something drastically changed, another one, but not 20 in 20 seconds, which is really annoying. Let's test this. Of course, I'm using YAML mode because it's way easier. You can see I'm copy and pasting and everything is working. I can go to UI mode, and this is how UI mode is looking like. I'll zoom it a bit, and you can use UI mode. You can use the same YAML in automations and scripts. So this is a developer tools just for testing, but if you want to add these notifications in automations, you can do it the same way. You can use the same code, you can paste it there in your automation, and you start receiving notifications, which is the whole point here. Let me go back to UI mode. This is how UI mode is looking like. This is the message that I'm going to receive on my devices. This is the title of this message, and this is the data, where the data is stuck, and this text right here can be anything you wish. And let me quickly demonstrate you. I'll change the screen again. That way you're seeing. Ooh, you don't see the perform action button because of the picture in picture. Never mind. I'll share where exactly I'm pressing the perform action button on my Home Assistant. I'll open my I'll unlock my phone, and now I'll click on perform action on my developer tools. I heard the sound of received new notification, and if I scroll down, I'll see this, a new notification from Home Assistant. Let me change again the view, the camera. This, I received this tag notification test, and I also have one HTML5 notification from previous test, so I have two notifications right now, and I received this notification. But if I send the same test with the same tag once again, let me quickly show you. With the same tag, I will not receive a second notification because this tag is not unique anymore. If I remove this tag, every new notification will have a unique one, randomly generated. But if I manually put it here, and if I didn't change it, no new notification will be sent. Let's test this. I'll click on perform action, and nothing happened on my phone. It is asleep. It is asleep as a little baby. No, nothing there. Nothing is received because of this tag. Good, let's move forward. Let me share my screen. Come on, guys, say something in the chat. Please, did anyone manage to download my PDF file? Yes or no? Let me know. Is it working? Is this functionality working? You will also subscribe to my newsletter that way, but please test it and let me know. If you don't like it, unsubscribe it afterwards. Just let me know if this PDF is working, because it is working for me, but I'm not sure is it working for you. please go to automatelike.pro/HTML5 or scan this QR code and with your phone's camera and enter your name and email and see if you will be able to download this PDF. The PDF is all about the topic that we are covering today. Everything is written there, well written. MP said it works. Good. Thank you, MP. That is what I wanted to see. It works. Thank you. Really, really thank you. Now, let's move forward. Targets. That one is interesting and very useful again. With HTML5 notifications, you can use targets. That way, you can only target a specific device in your automations and scripts and tests, and we are going to test that right now in front of you. Unfortunately, my test will be not fully, it will not be completed because right now I'm not receiving notifications on my desktop because of the recording issue on macOS that I told you about, and I'm having only one device at the moment that can receive HTML5 notifications. If I stop this stream right now, I'll start receive HTML5 notifications on my desktop right away, but I don't want to stop the stream right now because this is gone and we are going to have to say goodbye. So I don't want that. And let me show you this functionality of HTML5 notifications, push notifications. Just like the tag, instead of tag keyword, I now have target keyword. And after this target keyword, I have to type a device, the name of the device that is available in the HTML5 underscore something file that I showed you before, this one. So I have to open HTML5, where it is, HTML5 push registration.com file, and I have to get the names that I typed during the HTML5 integration adding in my Home Assistant. I have to get this name. I'll get this Android right now, and I have to add it as a target. This is how the screen is looking in UI mode. This is the message, this is the title, and this is the data where I'm having target keyword colon and then the name of the device that I want to receive this HTML notification. Let me show you my phone again, because this is the only device that is working at the moment. Do I have something other around? No, unfortunately, no. I don't have another phone. I have one iPhone here, but it is with iOS 15 and it is not compatible with this functionality at all. It must have iOS 16.4 or higher to work. So sorry, but this is my only device that I can show you right now. This is it. Let's test this. Now I just have to receive this. I'm not sure. Are you hearing the sound of received message? But there is a new message. Maybe we should try, but we are going to try this. New notification right here. Let me target test demo. This is the final one, and I can swipe them all. I can close them that way. Good, I received that one, and if I have more, if I had more working targets, none of them will be having this test demo message right now, apart from this Android device. So everyone else will not receive anything. Only this Android device will be receiving this test messages because of this configuration that I have right now. Let me switch this back to my screen. Again, you can use targets with HTML5 notifications to send notifications to specific devices, and with that we can move forward. Of course, you can target multiple devices, and this is how it is done. You have to list your devices here with dashes, and instead of my device you have to type the real device name that you want to receive this target, this demo, this HTML5 notification. So this was the target feature of HTML5 notifications, and the next one is URL, and this one is really interesting because you can send a HTML5 push notification, and once this HTML5 notification is clicked, you can open an URL, and this URL can be anything, including a Home Assistant internal URL. So that means you can set it up to open your dashboard or your settings of Home Assistant or whatever you wish, or you can open pejansky.com as in this example. Let's test this. I'll clear everything here and I'll paste this YAML code. Something is not good. Where this data is coming from? What happened? Strange. Now it's better. URL test. So I receive now a message saying URL test. This message will have this title, URL click test. Of course, this can be changed to whatever you wish. And the URL, if this notification is clicked on, the URL that will be open is this one. Of course, this can be changed to whatever you want. Let me switch the screens again. I'll open my Android phone. Actually, I'll not open it. I'll leave it like that to test the locking scenario. Actually, the lock screen scenario. I didn't hear the sound for some reason. Come on, unlock. Do I have? Now I have it. Strange. And this is the, let me change screens again. This is the notification that I received. URL click test. And if I click on this, it will open my website, pejansky.com, and you can browse it. Of course, this is just a demo, and this demo is working just fine. Let me show you what else we have here. I'll take this because URL demo is done, tag demo is done, and we are now at TTL, or time to leave and priority. On Android devices, you can set priority. As you saw right now, this is perfect. As you saw right now, the device was locked and I didn't receive the notification right away. I had to unlock it and I had to wait a bit. And after a few seconds, I received the notification because this notification was with regular priority. But on Android devices, I can set the priority to high, and no matter the state of my Android device, I should receive this notification. So let's test this. The other parameter here that can be changed is TTL, or time to leave. By default, it is this many seconds, which is 1 day or 24 hours. You can change this to whatever you wish. So you can play with that option as well if that's needed. So I'll copy this YAML code and I'll paste it in my developer tools actions. This is how the UI mode is looking like. Message and title that can be anything I wish, and TTL, I can remove that if I don't need it. TTL option, TTL feature with seconds and priority. And this time the priority of this message will be high. By default it is normal, and I'll set it right now to high. And let me switch the screens, the cameras, not the screens, the cameras. Now the device is fall asleep. It is locked, and now click on perform action. Where is perform action? Here it is. I'll click on this button, and I didn't hear the sound again on my Android device. Why? Let me open it. I expected to hear the sound immediately because now I hear it. Now I receive the message. Actually, once I unlock my phone, I receive it immediately. Before that, with the normal priority, I receive it after a few seconds. So this is how this is working on Android devices. All of this is done to save your battery. So this is some low stuff on operating stuff level. On iOS devices, you receive it all the time. No matter is it locked or unlocked, you receive it. On Android devices, this is how it is working. So you can change the priority and the time to leave. Let me show you that I have this notification after all. Here it is. So you cannot see this. Here it is at the top. Priority and TTL test. Other than that, the notification seems like the one with the normal priority, but this one is with high priority. So, next one is the most interesting part of all. We are going to test the actions. I show you the actions in the beginning. These are the buttons that you can receive on your devices. And once these buttons are clicked, you can do something with them. And now we are going to do that exactly with you guys live in this stream. And these actions are there are three possible options. Let me show you just a second. Okay, I'll switch back the screen. I didn't share the screen and I tried to explain, which is harder. I hope you're seeing my screen now. So we are having three events that we can catch with HTML5 notifications. Received events. This is an event that can be catched when notification, HTML5 notification is received, and you can catch that. So, for example, you can make an automation like that. Send an HTML5 notification to my devices, and if they received this notification, do something. So this is what you can do. For example, send this notification to my mobile phone. If this mobile phone receives this notification, then stop sending more notification, or enable some switch, or disable some switch, or enable lights, or whatever you wish. So this can be done with these received events. The next events that can be catched and in Home Assistant is clicked events, and this is where it's starting to get interesting. So if you receive a notification with buttons, and if you clicked on one of the buttons, this can be catched by Home Assistant, and this is what I'm going to show you. So more on that later. And the final event that can be catched is closed. So you saw me during one of the demos that I swiped away one of the messages. This is how I close them. So I can catch this event. So that means I saw the message, I read it, and then I close it. That means I know the information that Home Assistant sent. And when that happened, do something. This can be an automation, a really possible one and a really useful one. You can do a lot of things with such possibilities, such features. For example, once an automation is received and closed by my desktop, then send it to my, send it to my mobile phone or whatever. You know, Home Assistant, you can do whatever you wish, basically. So we are going to use this code right now. Actually, we can try to make it live, or we can use the code. What do you prefer? This is the automation that I tested before, and it was working fine, and I can explain it, and I can just copy the code and paste it. Or I can try to make it in front of you live. What do you prefer? Let me know. Let's start one poll, and based on the result, I don't know what to do. I'm typing the text for the poll right now. Do you want me to make the automation live or copy and paste? Is fine. This will be the question, and the possible answer is create automation from scratch and copy and paste. YAML is fine. This will be the second option, and I'm sending this poll right now to you guys. Please start voting right now. You can start voting, and meanwhile I'll continue to explain about this. So let me quickly demo what I'm talking about, because sometimes one demo is 100 times better than a lot of words. So I'm going to use this actions notify demo. I'm going to YAML mode, and I'll paste this YAML code. This will send the same notification that we had in the beginning. This notification will have two buttons: turn on the switch and turn off the switch. And if I open my developer tools on another tab, and if I go to events, and if I start listening for event, where is the name of the event? I want to start listening for this one. Clicked. HTML5 notification clicked event. So if I go here and if I start listening for this event, start listening, and if I execute this code right now, if I execute this code right now, which will send this notification with two possible actions / buttons, and if I share you my phone camera, I'll open it, I'll wait for the notification. Yes, I received the notification, and if I click on this down arrow, come on, click. Oh, I cannot. Oh, this is better. Okay, now I have the buttons, turn on the switch and turn off the switch. And before I click on one of these buttons, I want to show you my screen. I'm still listening for the events HTML5 notification click, and if I tap on one of the buttons, I'll receive this event. look at that. From Android device, I have an action turn on. And this is exactly what I can use in my automations. That means this event is now cached and Home Assistant knows that I click on turn on button on my Android devices. And this can be used in scripts and automations as you wish. And you can enable switches, lights, and disable them and do whatever you want. And this is what we are going to do now. And actually, I'm seeing the result. Copy and paste YAML file is the winner, so we are going to do that. Good. I'm not going to create this automation from scratch, and I'll just copy and paste in my automation editor, and I'll explain it along the way. I'll create a new automation, empty one. I'll go to YAML, and I'll paste the code. This code is available in the PDF file that I prepared for you. Please download this PDF file. It is free of charge and I put a lot of efforts in it. So download it, use it, and you can even write me something, give some feedback. I like that. I don't like the other one. Say something. It will be perfect. I can try to update it and it will become even more useful. So I pasted the URL, the YAML code of this Home Assistant automation, and I'll go to Visual Editor, and I'll explain. So, this is my trigger. When HTML notification.click event is having this data, turn on exactly the same event that I showed you a few minutes ago. So this is the trigger. We listened for this event. We got it when I pressed on this button on my phone. And now I'm using the same event as a trigger. Let me change the screen again. No, I'll leave it like that. I think it's visible. I'll zoom it. Yeah, this is better. I zoom it a bit more. So this is my trigger. So when I received an event with action, with event data action turn on, put this event trigger an ID. And in the actions, I'm having this choose feature, which is having two options. If the trigger ID is bulb turned on, if this action is triggered by this trigger, then turn on this dummy bulb. That's it. And the other possible options, the other possible option is, oh, I have to zoom out a bit because I'm not. The other possible option is this one, same event, HTML5 notification dot clicked, the one that I showed you, but if the event data is turned off, then add this ID trigger, bulb turned off. This trigger ID can be anything. Of course, this section can be anything. It depends of your notification. This is my two possible. I'm actually using this automation with trigger IDs because I don't want to create two automations for the same thing. So I have one automation that catch both buttons, turn on and turn off. With the same success, I can have two automations. The one will catch only the turn on button, the other one will catch the turn off button, and the action can be a bit different. One will turn on the lights, the other will turn off the lights. So with these trigger IDs, I'm doing this in one and the same automation. Simple as that. And my action is having this choose between two actions building block. And if the this automation is triggered by bulb turned on, this one, it will invoke turn on input boolean action, and it will turn on my dummy bulb. Let me demonstrate you. Everything will be well understand once I demo this. This is my second action. If this automation is triggered by the second trigger, then turn off this bulb. Simple as that. It is not hard. It's really simple. I will show you now. Let me open. No, I want this screen. I'll open another tab. And currently my dummy bulb is off. And I'll move this tab here. And now I will send this notification to my phone. Like that. So the notification should be now sent to my phone. I will show you my phone again. I'll unlock it. I hear the sound. And this is the notification, the one on top. Come on. This is a very strange phone, guys. I don't like it. I have to lift the phone in order to tap this down arrow. Otherwise, I cannot do that. If the phone is on my table, I cannot tap on the edge of the screen. I don't know why. Nevertheless, here are the options. Turn on the switch or turn off the switch. And now, let me change the screen again. I'll open this tab. And now if I click on turn on switch, did I click it? Did I tap on it? No. Come on. I managed to tap it, probably. Or I closed the notification. I don't know what happened. Let's try one more time. I sent another notification. I sent another notification. Let me show you. And I'll click on turn on switch. And it is not working. Why? Yeah, the automation is not working, guys. For some reason, let's try to debug this. What can be the reason? What can be the reason? This dummy bulb should be turned on once I press this. The risk of the live streaming. This was working during my test. Now we have some minor error or something. I don't know. What can it be? Everything seems good. Turn on dummy bulb. Let's test this. Run action. Run action. It seems that it is working. Let me check the events. What happened? So the action is turn on. Let me try one more time, but this time I will start listening to this. Clicked to this event. Good. I'll quickly tap on the on. Turn on Android clicked. Turn on Android click. Action turn on Android click. Oh my god. Silly me. I know what's the reason. I didn't save the automation, probably. Is this a good reason or not? Or I save it? What happened with the automation? No, I didn't save it. Or I save it. Let me... No, I didn't save that. That is the reason. I didn't save this automation at all. So we didn't have this automation available till now. Now should be okay. Now it should be okay. Let's see. Yes, I have it. I have it now, and it is on. It is not disabled, and it is here. So let's test it, this functionality, one more time. And this time it should work. I'll stop listening here. I'll send this to my phone. I'll open it on my phone. I'm not sure, is it visible? I'll tap now on the button. Let me open this dashboard. I'll tap now on the turn on switch, and yes, it is working. Did you see this switch is now turned on? And let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. I'm sending the HTML5 notification to my phone. I'll change this to my desktop. Look at this dummy bulb. Let me zoom it a bit. Look at this here. And if I click on turn off button right now, it will be turned off. Great. Beautiful. Very, very nice. And Draxusan is saying, can you please give shout out to my friend? Of course. Ooh, why I cannot give a shout out? What happened with that poll? I have to end the poll. And come on, why you're not displaying this? Come on, why? Are you serious? Ah, it is visible. Now it is visible. Can you please share? Of course. He's a huge fan. I'm thankful for that. Thank you. Really, thank you. And I'm going to close that and I'll move forward. So this is how you can use HTML5 notifications and how you can use actions. You can get these demo from the HTML5 PDF document that I prepared for you. You can download it from the links that you can see on your screen. You can scan this QR code as well and you have it. What else we have here in my notes? This is another demo automation that I play with. Similarly to the previous one, we are using actions, and this is how you can use HTML5 notification to send in automation. So let me quickly show you. I'll copy this code and I'll paste it in my Home Assistant, automations. I'll create a new one. I'll zoom out, create new automation. I'll go to YAML mode. I'll delete everything here. And I'll save this automation this time, not like the previous one. I'll the previous automation was not safe, and I did it, and I tried to use it before I save it, which is impossible. So what this automation is doing, the trigger is this one, this motion sensor. If this motion sensor becomes on, then send a notification to my phone and to my desktop and to whatever device I have registered for these HTML5 notifications. So let's test it. Let's test this. How this dummy motion will become now on. And will I receive a new notification on my phone? Yes, I heard the sound. Let me show you. Let me show you. Good. This is the notification that I received. Let me show you. Let me zoom out. The HA guy has arrived home, and I have turn on the switch or turn off the switch, the same way as before. This is a fully functional demo. And if I click on what's the state of my bulb, it is off. If I click on, let me show you. If I click on turn on, it will become on. Simple as that. So now if I disable this switch and if I turn it on again, I will receive another notification. Here it is, another notification. If I disable it once again, and if I enable it, I will receive another notification. And these notifications are having buttons. And if I click on these buttons will turn off or turn on my devices. And my device is now turned off. How cool is that? Let me know in the chat. Do you like that? Do you like this HTML5 notification so far? And we are continue forward. It's time for the cons of the HTML5. The ones that I noticed so far, most of them I already shared with you, but now I will summarize them because I think there are some drawbacks or limitations or cons or whatever you like, and you should know about these things. The first one is close desktop browser. If you want to receive HTML5 notification on your desktop or on your laptop, and if you close your Chrome or Firefox browser, you will not receive this notification. So if this notification is urgent, and if for some reason you closed your browsers, you will not receive it. And this is not perfect, I must say. This is far from perfect. Let me change the screen. This is far from perfect. Let me change to this one. So if you closed your browsers, and you want to receive HTML5 notifications on your desktop or on your laptop, you will not be able to do that. So this is drawback number 1. Drawback number 2. There are only 2 actions / 2 buttons possible to use. So no more than 2 buttons. If you want more buttons, you cannot have them. So just 2 options in your HTML5 notification. If you want more, you cannot do that. And on top, this is only working on Android devices and Chrome browser. So if you're a Firefox user, no luck guys, no dice. Firefox is not having these options to receive buttons and to tap on them and so forth and so on. So on and so forth. Sorry. Why my chat is gray for some reason? I don't know. Oh, it's fine. Next thing. iOS users. iOS users are super screwed with this HTML5 notification. First, you have to have a modern device, the ones that can run 16.4 iOS or later. And on top of that, you cannot have any buttons in your HTML5 notifications, which is a shame, a really, really shame, because you can only receive text and that's all, which can be sufficient for some situation, but in most of the time I want to receive some buttons and I want to click and I want to interact and so on and so forth. But on the other side, the notifications on Apple devices is working great. It is received every time immediately, and no matter is your device locked or not, you have the notification, but only text is possible to be received. Firefox browser didn't work for me. I tested. I gave it around 10 minutes to test it, and it didn't work. I didn't dive deep. Probably it will start working because it is written in the documentation that this browser is supported, but from my tests, Firefox browser was not working for me. So have that in mind. Test it for yourself. Firefox didn't receive any notifications on my desktop, on my laptop, MacBook. So I didn't get these notifications for some reason. Maybe just me, but have that in mind. And the last one, again, probably it's just me because I'm using Mac and I'm trying to record my screen, but once I combine these two things, I stop receiving notifications. So once I start recording my screen, HTML5 notifications immediately stop working. If I stop recording my screen, immediately HTML5 notifications are starting to work. So it is strange. Overall, I'm not quite happy with the stability of this push notification so far. Because of these things so far. It is working from time to time. Most of the time it is working, but in some situation it is not working. And the experience is not the same on iOS and Android devices, which is also not very good. I know that is easier to say that than to fix it. But at the end of the day, this is the limitations that I found so far. And pretty much that's the drawbacks that I can think of. I want to invite you to subscribe for my newsletter so we can stay in touch. I want to stay in touch with you because I like to interact with my subscribers. I didn't ask you to subscribe for my channel because I don't want that. I want to subscribe for my newsletter. That way I will send you an email when I have a new video, when I have a new article. You will know that. And on top you can subscribe, of course, to my channels, but please subscribe to my newsletter. And you can do that by following this automate-like.pro/html5. This is one of the possible option. The other option is to open my pejansky.com website and then to click on this newsletter. And then you can fill this form and you will be subscribed to my newsletter. So please use one of these methods to subscribe because I'm preparing something big next week and after that, and I'm constantly trying to treat my male subscriber very good. So please be part of this community and that way we can stay in touch. If you want me to stay in touch with you, please subscribe to my newsletter, not to my YouTube, but to my newsletter. And now we are at this point. What are the best Home Assistant notification options, in my honest opinion? I told you about that in the beginning of this stream, that there is one internal ranking to me about the notifications available right now in Home Assistant, and I have to say that my third best option is HTML5. So the third place goes to HTML5 because of these drawbacks that I told you about. It is not working good on iOS devices because there are no buttons. It is not really stable with Firefox. Actually, it is not working for me at all. And it is having a strange behavior, probably because of the Mac, but that's another story. So third place of the best notifications for Home Assistant goes to HTML5. I don't like also the 2 actions limitation, the 2 buttons limitations that this notification is having. Not that I needed more than 2 buttons in my push notifications, but I may need them at some point, and I want to have this option. So this is the third place. The second place is Home Assistant Companion app. If you manage to enable Home Assistant remote access, the best option is to also install Home Assistant Companion app on your phone. Android and Apple devices are both supported. The experience is pretty much the same. And once you install this app on your phone, you can enable push notifications with a lot of options, with buttons, with events, with everything. So this is second best options for notifications. And the tricky part here as well is with the HTML5 is to enable secure remote access to your Home Assistant setup. So if you manage to do that, use Home Assistant Companion app. If you want to receive notifications on your desktop as well, on your browsers, then add HTML5 notification. And the number one option, the winner of current Home Assistant push notification ranking for me, again for me, this is my own opinion, is Telegram Messenger. You can use Telegram Messenger, which is a free app available in Android Store and Apple App Store. You can download this app. You can register there with your phone, and after that you can integrate Telegram with your Home Assistant, and then you can start using it as a notification tool, as a push notifications. And this Telegram is supporting everything. Buttons, events, everything is well supported. To help you further with that part, I have an article and video which are a bit old, but as far as I know they are working good still. Go to my website and search for Telegram, and this is it. This article is from 2019 and this video is from there. And these are the steps that you have to do to integrate this to your Home Assistant. You have to start a chat with the, what was the name? It was very funny. Chatbot father, something like that. Chatbot father. Everything is well described. I'll paste this in the chat. This article, this link to the article in the chat. So this is the best option so far. I'm using it for years, and I'm using it actually for before this 2019, and it is working perfectly, guys. You can make anything here. You can send images, you can send buttons, you can send sounds, everything. And also the best part here is you don't have to enable secure remote access to your Home Assistant. You don't have to open any ports. You don't have to buy any domains. You just have to download that app, and you just have to follow a few not very hard steps, and you have the best possible Home Assistant notification. Let me know. I can make a stream about that as well if you like it, because it is a really good way to notify yourself. Also, Telegram app is also available for Mac OS, so you can use it on a desktop devices. I'm pretty sure Telegram app is available for Windows as well, so you can receive notification there as well. And this is my highly recommended way to send notifications. It is not local. That is probably the only drawback. The messages are going somewhere first on the cloud and then to your devices, but this is the risk of using this service, if that can be called a risk, of course. So this is my rankings, and now I want to ask, what is your biggest takeaway from this stream? Please type something in the chat. Are you still here? What do you like best? Type it. Also, you can type your questions. If you have questions regarding this topic, please type it in the chat and I'll try to answer. And it will be great to share what is your biggest takeaway. What is the part that you like the best? Also, you can say what you don't like. That is also fine. I'll wait for that a bit. Meanwhile, I will invite you once again to download my free PDF that goes along this live stream. It is where it is. Probably I closed the tab already. No, here it is. Here is my PDF that you can download right now if you scan this QR code with your camera's phone. If you scan this QR code, or if you visit automatelike.pro/HTML5, you can download this PDF file, which is covering everything that we talked so far. So you can have this 10-page document free of charge right now. And doing so, you can also subscribe. You will be also subscribed to my newsletter. So with one bullet, two rabbits. Look how detailed it is with all the YAML code that we discussed so far. You don't have to screen grab this YAML code from the stream. You can get it from this PDF, and everything is tested. I have some screenshots that can help you, pictures, and this document also describes how to enable HTML5 notifications for your Home Assistant. It is having the links to the articles that I told you in the beginning about how to enable Home Assistant remote access for free, and it is labeled. This method is free. This method is free. This method is a low cost, and this is with the higher cost but easier. And you can use any of these four methods to enable remote access to your Home Assistant, and then you can use these instructions to set up HTML5 on your device, on your Home Assistant, and then there is a description about how to test this and how to use this. Everything that we covered so far is here in these 10 pages, and I put a lot of effort in here, and you can download it right now for free. And I'm still waiting for your questions, and I didn't see any. I'll wait a bit more. If you have questions, type them now in the chat. And also you can just type, what is your biggest takeaway? Simple as that. What is the part that you like best? Kindly let me know, please. Let me switch this. I want to check something quickly on my screen. Okay, I checked it. I didn't want to see that because it have... I'm an open book, guys. I opened my desktop. I didn't want to see how many persons are currently watching. I don't know why. I just decided that, but I'm now showing it. So I'm still waiting for your questions, guys. 20 people are watching now. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Type them in the chat. Also, if you don't have a question, then share your biggest takeaway. I'm moving this to live chat. I will paste again. Come on, what happened here? Okay. I'll paste again the URL to my PDF. While I'm waiting for your questions or biggest takeaways, I'll paste the URL to my PDF about HTML5 in the chat, so you can get it from there as well. And I'm not seeing any questions. Why, guy? Please ask something. Ask something or type. I like the targets. I like the tags. I like something. I guess you're a bit shy, or I don't know. I'm also shy, but that doesn't stop me to stream in front of 20 people or more. 20 people at the end. I don't know how many in the middle or in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. 20 is perfect. I like that. I like everyone that is hanging out with me. So that's the whole idea, to give you as much value as possible. And I hope I managed to explain this not so easy to be explained topic. Because with the automation, set beast mode. It is. It is not very well. It is not very easy to explain YAML code and automations if you are not familiar with them. Even if you are familiar with YAML code and automations, the explanation can be hard, and it is hard. Once the topic that we are discussing is new to you, the explanation can be hard. But that's why you can have all of this in a PDF document, and you can even use the quiz at the end to test your skills. There are questions like, which browsers support HTML? I'll start from the beginning. Which browser supports HTML5 notifications? A. Chrome and Firefox. B. Safari and Edge. And C and D. What is the correct answer? That is $1 million question. Oh, we have some things in the chat. Let me quickly share them. We were able to share this. I like the effort you put into support document that complement the video. Can't think of any questions. I have to rewatch the stream to absorb everything. My biggest takeaway was including actions. Good. I like that. Watch this again, download the PDF, and afterwards you can always ask me. And if I have time, because I don't have much time, unfortunately, I may answer you. We have one more thing here. Beast Mode said, just got recommended your video. Glad to see you streaming. Whoa, thank you. I guess we are at the end of the streaming, so you missed the fun part. you missed the action part, you missed everything, but you can rewatch that, no problem. And you can download the PDF file that is going along with this video. You can find it here on automatelac.pro/html, or you can scan this QR code and you can get this PDF file that I'm sharing right now. One more test question. Does your desktop browser need to be opened so you can receive a HTML5 notification? Yes or no? Yes or no? What do you think? Do you follow all of the things that I said? If yes, you'll be able to answer this question right away, like that. If not, you have to rewatch this, or you have to read this PDF file that I prepared for you and that you can download right now. So, more questions? Do we have more questions? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm also accepting critiques. If you don't like some things that I did, I'm doing, please share that. I'm open for that as well. I know my English is not the perfect English available. It is far from that, but I'm doing my best, guys. I'm trying to improve in every stream that I'm doing, and I hope I'll be much better in the future. No, I'm not receiving more questions and more key takeaways for you guys. So that means we're going to end this. We have to say goodbye until next time. Next time probably will be next week, next Wednesday, but I cannot promise that because I'm preparing something super big, and you can be part of it only if you are an email subscriber of me. So, but I'll not say anything more. If you're an email subscriber, you will know more. Otherwise, you will not know anything. That's it, guys. Thank you for this fun stream. I hope I managed to provide you with some insights, with some value. It was a really good experience for me. It was a real pleasure, and I cannot express the gratitude that I have to have you guys. And I also want to share that I'm receiving a lot of energy that way, because otherwise I'm pre-recording some videos, I'm editing them in my studio, and then I'm sending them to you, which is a bit offline and a bit boring. That way is quite different. So that's it. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye.